Hey guys, it is me, Delta1, coming to you unscripted with...
Airsoft Mikey CQC, or Dust as I'm known on the squad.
And today, we are bringing you a disassembly of this gun. Now it doesn't fit into frame all the way because I don't think I could get the camera up high enough. I could try though.
It's a very long gun.
Yeah, it is a very long gun. But this is the basic BFC design. I'm trying to get it in the best that I can.
So much nicer than the...
Yeah, it's so much better in the TM design when it comes to assembly. Now, Mikey will be here kind of as a overviewer because this is his personal gun. We have not yet named it. It'll probably be named some Russian name.
Some super stereotypical Russian name.
Like Sergey or...
I have to play with it before I can actually...
yeah, but we take care of our guns. We love our AKs. They serve us well. But a few things I want to mention. This may not be the best disassembly reference video that you could personally watch, so I apologize if it's not as good. Now, you don't have to 100% disassemble it the way that I can, or I do. Just disassemble it the best to the way that I do. First, you're going to take the top cover off. Make sure you have a nice area set aside for that, so I set mine off to the side. Take your bolt out.
The cool thing about this gun is it has a realistic bolt disassembly, which is freaking awesome for us AK lover guys.
Then you have your battery compartment, which we didn't take our battery out, so we're going to take that out right now. Sadly, you have to use a screwdriver to get the battery compartment out, which can be a plus and a minus. Personally, I would much prefer using a screwdriver to get my battery out because I will never have to worry about my battery coming out.
Or you're losing your butt plate.
Or losing your butt plate. Because batteries like this...
they're expensive.
They can be expensive. I only paid $16 for this, so I don't really care. This isn't the connectors I use Dean's. So... anyways, now that our maturity level has gotten back up, we take these off. Make sure you don't lose them. If you can put them back into the gun, do so. Don't lose your screws. Now that you get your weird battery out, which will go to Dean's, you can put it back, which is the best idea to do.
And we do this so we don't lose our screws and butt plate.
Yes, which is a very wise idea. This may be a two-part video, guys, so I apologize if it is. But this, to be honest, I prefer this way because this way you can actually go back and see, and the person explains in the video. Although Airsoft Reviewer 1 disassembly guides are, I highly recommend his guides. They are very, very, very helpful. Next thing you're going to want to do is you want to take off your pistol grip. Actually, no. You're going to want to punch this pin out that's in the center. Right here. There's a pin in the very center. That little shiny thing. I want to punch that out. Now, when you do that, you're going to want to be very careful. You want to put two things in between it. Depending on your receiver. Since it's such a long gun, I'm going to put two main things to support the weight of it under it right here. So I'm going to look for something that I can do that with real quick. I had a tool that I was using to do it.
There you could use, and
you can use, I mean, 2 pieces of wood work great, but in my case, I'm really picky with what I use. I had a tool for it the other day. Where did it go? You had that wooden vise. Were you here when I did it?
No, I wouldn't.
I apologize for this wait, guys, for this inconvenience. We'll just have to make do with
the hammer, and I think there's a... you can use this version 2 gearbox over here, too.
No. Version 2s aren't that durable. We're trying to be careful here so we can make it look good for the review. I'll have to use this. You want to get some form of screwdriver. And depending on the side, it depends. There we go. Now my screwdriver won't fit. I'll use this side. My pin just popped out. Now that I've done that, I can move my hammer off to the side and flip my gun back over. Now when you do this, you want to be very careful when you split the receivers apart. It's probably best to get your sight out of the way, just push in and it'll come out. Set it off to the side along with your sight pin, or not pin, but this sort of spring.
Latch, springy thing above.
And it'll take quite a bit of force. Sometimes what you'll have to do is, what I like to do, is get a old shirt and a hammer, and take the hammer and hit the shirt so you don't scratch it right there. If you don't want to scratch your AK, and just hold, and it shall come right out.
I have fat hands.
Just like that. And the next thing you want to do is, there's two screwdrivers that hold your hop-up unit into place. They're in there. Take those out simply by unscrewing them. There's just two screws. They shouldn't be hard to get out at all. Be rather simple. Which shall pull your hop-up unit out. You're going to want to bend it at an angle like this. Twist your hop-up unit towards angling down. Pull out like that. Now, what's really stupid is that your barrel only goes to about here on the Echo 1, which is really stupid. You have a lot more room for it to work with. But anyways, now that you're done with that, you can simply set that off to the side. And you're left with this section of the gun. From here on out, it's pretty much simple. You have this portion of the gun, which is basically the receiver and the stock. Nothing special here. Now here comes a tricky part. If you don't want to scratch your gun, which I don't know why you wouldn't, because you have an AK, but in our case, we don't want to. This unscrews like that.
I don't mind a good scratch.
For if you're reviewing it like you are for us tomorrow,
oh yeah,
which is what we're doing, we're going to take some pliers, which I think my pair is inside. So,
what about these?
they're not, I don't know. Which I may end up having to do is run inside and go get them, and have my buddy Mikey talk to you. And that's what he's going to have to do. He's just going to have to spot something for you while I run inside and go get him. Tell him what you're going to do, internally and externally.
Hey guys, AirSofttalk Mikey, CQC, or Dust, as I'm known on the squad. Here's my hands. You like them? Okay. What we're gonna do to this gun is it's just gonna be a super DMR, pretty much, like right on the edge of being a DMR/sniper rifle gun. I know what you're saying, but it's a LMG. How's that work? Well, since the RPK is so light and it's got a huge ass freaking barrel, it makes it really accurate, and it's gonna be really nice. So we're gonna replace all the parts for my old AK, and put them into this AK, and it's going to be super awesome. And we're going to make a video about comparison from what it used to be and what it is now, or what it will be. So, here's Delta 1. So,
back with the wrench. You want to take your shirt. You want to get a feel for it. And start working your way. You should be able to work it to the point.
how long can you make these videos go for?
For about 15 minutes.
Well, you got 5 minutes left.
And this will come out. It'll have a little brass tube thing. Stick to the Echo 1 super high torque motor. It's better because it has a sticker on it.
My joke.
That is his joke. You'll have a little piece under there. Stick that off to the side. Then you have the final part. Take your screwdriver. Get that part undone. We may have to close the garage here pretty soon because it's supposed to get to like 24 degrees, which is really cold.
Rare for Houston, actually.
And here's where you just slowly slide it out. Try not to force it out because of the screws. And it appears that we are caught on some of the wires from the stock.
I think it's the sticker.
No, it's not the sticker. It turns out it's the wires, so we're gonna have to take the stock off. Not the stock, but this part off. The butt plate.
We're gonna get comments about that.
The super awesome Echo 1 high torque motor. It's so much better because it has a sticker. Buy it now. $55 million more because it has a sticker.
That says Echo 1. Actually, I'm really surprised with the trigger response on this gun, so, I mean...
I have no idea what I'm getting stuck on. I really don't want to do this, but I am going to take off the stock.
No.
So we're going to part this out into part 2. So guys, stay tuned for part 2.